Welcome students. Today we are going to learn DNA replication. Now in that, see, all of you know that Watson and Crick has given a model of DNA. After that, immediately they have proposed a scheme of DNA replication. Now according to their scheme, they are saying that whenever the double-stranded DNA is there, it will unbound, separate into two strands, and each strand will act as a template. Now on this template, new strand will be synthesized, and then from single double-stranded DNA, two double-stranded DNA will be formed. Means DNA is duplicated or replicate itself. After replication, in that new DNA, one strand will be the parental strand and one another next strand is there, it will be a new. Means in this new DNA, 50% genetic material, parental material is conserved and 50% it is a new. That's why this replication is known as a semi-conservative replication of a DNA. Now this semi-conservative replication of a DNA is proved by two scientists, Matthew and Hershey. Now in this they have done an experiment on E. coli. After E. coli they have also done this experiment on plant and even the human DNA. In this they have taken nitrogen source as ammonium chloride, and in that nitrogen is used as a heavy isotope of nitrogen, that is N15. Now generally N14 nitrogen normal it is used, but for this experiment they have used as a heavy isotope of nitrogen as a N15 for a source of nitrogen for a DNA. You have studied the structure of a DNA and you know that in the structure of a DNA, wherever the nitrogen bases are there nitrogen is one of the main content. So while duplicating the DNA, the nitrogen will be taken from its source, that is ammonium chloride. So in that ammonium chloride, nitrogen which is used, it is a N15, a heavy nitrogen is used. Whatever the new DNA will be formed in that medium, it will be of heavy nitrogen content. So heavy DNA will be formed. So in that experiment they have grown the DNA in the N15 ammonium chloride material, and all the DNAs are formed are heavy. After taking the DNA from that heavy material, they have centrifuged that DNA in CSCl. CSCl means caesium chloride density gradient material. In that density gradient material, DNA is get separated after centrifugation according to its density. Here, as you know, N15 it is a heavy, not a radioactive. Remember this, N15 is a heavy material, not a radioactive. So as it is heavy, then as compared to N14 nitrogen, it forms the band in this centrifuge tube towards the base, and where the DNA which is completely both the strand contains N15 nitrogen. Now he has transferred this DNA, heavy DNA's material on the medium which contain as a N14, normal N14 as a source of nitrogen in ammonium chloride. Now from that he has collected a sample after 20 minutes. To complete one generation, 20 minutes time is required. So after 20 minutes, he has collected the first sample and done the same step as earlier, centrifuge that material in caesium chloride and separated the DNA. Here he found that the band which is obtained of the DNA, it is at the center, little bit above, up. Here you can see it is towards the base. This second band which is obtained, it is little bit above. Means the density of this DNA is heavy and the density of this DNA is light as compared to this. So here we can found that the heavy DNA is there, get separated into the two DNAs, and on that heavy DNA another N14 nitrogen's DNA is formed as a new strand. So this will be a light nitrogen DNA. So half DNA is a light DNA and half DNA is a heavy DNA. So this is formed as a hybrid DNA, hybrid of N15 N14 DNA. Then again 40 minutes here they have collected the sample and again centrifuged into a cesium chloride solution. After centrifugation they got the two bands. One is as like the first generation, that is of the hybrid DNA mixture of N15 and N14 like this, and another one is of completely pure normal light nitrogen's DNA, that is N14 DNA. Because for this all new DNAs, nitrogen source will be from the same material, that is N14 as a source. So you can see here these two strands hybrid DNA is there, get separated. This heavy nitrogen DNA strand will be here, light strand will be here, here also heavy will be here and light will be here, and on these four strands again the new strands of N14 nitrogen is formed. So here newly formed DNAs are there, two will be hybrid and these two will be light. So this proves that DNA replication is by semi-conservative method. Again in this, if you will get to see a third generation, this is the first generation, this is the second generation, and if you want to see the third generation, in that also 2 DNA you will get as an hybrid DNA and rest all will be a N14 light DNA. These two strands will be remain as it is for a lifelong. Here if you will see the percentage of the N15 to N14 nitrogen, then it is a 50-50 because 4 strands are there. Out of that 2 are of N15, 2 are of N15, so 50-50. But in the second generation, if you will see, there are total 4 DNA strands, means total 8 strands are there. Out of the 8 strands, there 2 strands are there of N15 and remaining 6 strands are there of N14. Reduced to that, it will be goes to ratio as 1:3. So percentage will be 25:75. Why I am saying this? Because in exam sometimes it will be asked to calculate the percentage also for the first generation, for the second generation, and sometimes it will be asked for the third generation also. So you can see here total 8 strands are there. So whenever these 8 strands go into the third generation, there will be 8 DNAs will be formed. Out of that 8 DNAs, 2 DNA will be hybrid and remaining 6 DNAs will be light DNAs of N14. So out there also, if you will calculate the percentage, it will be of 12.5 as to 87.5%, or you can say that 1:7. So in this way the percentage or the ratio will go on reducing of the heavy DNA as compared to the light DNA. This experiment is very important, so prepare it very nicely. 5 marks question will be asked in the board. After this Michelson and Stahl experiment, Tyler and his colleagues also carried out one more experiment with radioactive thiamine. This experiment is done on the Vinca faba, that is faba beans, and in that also they have proved that the replication of the DNA which is takes place, it is of a semi-conservative method. As we have seen that the DNA replication is a semi-conservative process, or by semi-conservative method DNA replication takes place. For this replication process, so many enzymes are required. So first let us see some of the enzymes and their functions. See here, These are the name of the enzymes and this is the functions of the enzyme. First is DNA gyrase enzyme or topoisomerase enzyme. See, DNA gyrase or topoisomerase enzyme. What is the function of this enzyme? It stabilizes the DNA helix. When it stabilizes, when it is unwound by helicase enzyme. Unwounding of the DNA is done by the helicase. Here it is given helicase enzyme unwinds the DNA helix and unzips strands by breaking hydrogen bonds. You know that two strands are there, bind with each other with the hydrogen bond. So these bonds will be broken by the helicase enzyme and two strands get separated. So whenever DNA is unwounded by helicase enzyme, the stabilize that DNA helix is done by this topoisomerase enzyme. This is the function of this. Second is single-stranded binding proteins. This enzyme holds unzipped, means which is not opened, single-stranded section of DNA apart during replication. This will be hold this single-stranded section of the DNA apart during the replication. Helicase we have already seen. Next is DNA polymerase 3. Now DNA polymerase 3 enzyme is there playing very important role. It adds new DNA nucleotides in 5' to 3' direction. Whenever new strand is synthesized, then according to the template strand, whatever the nucleotides are present, complementary to that, new nucleotides will be added and this will be done by the DNA polymerase 3 enzyme. Next enzyme is DNA primase enzyme. Now DNA primase enzyme adds primer of RNA nucleotide. Primer of RNA nucleotide means it will be a small particular sequence of nucleotides which will be act as a primer, means from that primer only the adding of nucleotides or synthesis of new strand will be start. So this is the starting point of the new strand. So adding primer of RNA nucleotide to the lagging strand. Whenever we will see the DNA replication, that time you will understand what is a leading strand and what is a lagging strand. So out of that lagging strand is there, on that starting point of replication, that is primer is added by DNA primase enzyme. Even on the leading strand will be RNA polymerase first enzyme is there. It replaces RNA primer with DNA nucleotides. Whenever RNA primer is there, its function is over, it will be replaced by DNA nucleotides by a DNA polymerase first. Next is that DNA ligase enzyme. This is a very important enzyme, plays important role of joining Okazaki fragments on the lagging strand. Now you see that Okazaki fragments we will see when we will see the structure, but you just remember that the function of this enzyme is linkage or joining as like a Fevicol. So you can say that it is a Fevicol in a enzyme. So these are some of the basic enzymes which plays important role during the DNA replication. See, whenever the double helix of the DNA provides single-stranded DNA templates, unwounds and gets separate and gives the two strands, then what happens and which enzymes functions to what? It is given in this chart. See it carefully. Helicase and single-stranded binding proteins are there. They are working for this unwinding the double helix DNA strand and give the two template strand. One, this is the strand known as the leading strand. Second one is known as the lagging strand. Now in the leading strand, priming is there. Beginning of that synthesizing new strand is there, done by the primase enzyme. This we have seen. Then adding nucleotide and elongate that DNA. This is done by the DNA polymerase 3 enzyme, and DNA polymerase first enzyme is there. It will be replace the RNA primer by the DNA. These all functions we have seen earlier. Now the second strand is there on which the synthesis takes place in the fragments. That's why it is the lagging strand. Here Primase enzyme is there, priming for Okazaki fragments, because takes place in 5' to 3' direction only, and this strand's direction is not from 3' to 5'. It is also in 5' to 3'. So here the synthesis of new DNA strand takes place in short fragments. Now DNA polymerase 3 is there, same function, adding nucleotides and elongate the strand DNA fragment. DNA polymerase first, same function, replacement of the RNA primer by DNA. And one more enzyme functions in this lagging strand, that is joining of a fragment, because here new DNA is synthesized in fragments, Okazaki fragments. Here DNA is synthesized continuously. So here no need of ligase enzyme, but here as the fragments are formed of new strands, at last it need to be joined. So ligase enzyme is functioning on the lagging strand. Now see how actually the DNA replication takes place. This is the double stranded DNA. Here you can see topoisomerase enzyme or helicase enzyme, you can also say that. Here this helicase enzyme is there. So both of these enzymes, this enzyme holds this unwinding DNA. Then helicase enzyme breaks the hydrogen bonds in them and separate these two strands. Now these two strands, out of that one will be acted as a lagging strand and another will be acted as a leading strand. This strand where the strands prime is a 3' end and here it is a 5' end. So new strand will be formed from 5' to 3' direction. So here the synthesis of new strand will be start from this point. Now whenever this is actually not the continuous opened strand, as it go back, again this unwound, after synthesizing the new strand, again these two strand comes and wound together in a helix. So this will be formed as a loop. So this is a fork, it is called as a replicating fork, where the two strands get separated, and in that replicating fork the synthesis of a new DNA strand will be started at one particular point. That point is called as ORI. ORI means origin of replication. That particular sequence of the nucleotides will be there. From that place only, from that point only, new DNA synthesis will be formed. If this ORI segment is not there on the DNA replication will not take place. So it is as like a starter of your vehicle. If the starter is not there, your vehicle is not going to be start at all. It may be a full of a tank of petrol or good battery or whatever it is, but if the starter is not there, vehicle is not going to be start. Same like that, here if ORI is not there, DNA replication is not going to be start. So wherever the ORI is present in the DNA, from that point of only onwards new strand of DNA is formed. So at the ORI position, RNA primer is added, and as the primer is added, primer is again I said already, it is a particular sequence of the nucleotide beginner. It is a beginner. So from that only the new strand will be synthesized. Now this takes place at both strands. The thing is that new strand will be synthesized in 5' to 3' direction. In a structure of DNA, we already learn about what is the prime. So how it will be goes on. So here also the new strand will be start from 5' to 3'. So as it is starting from 5' end, means the end of that old DNA is there or parental DNA is there, it should be of 3'. If it is not there, then wherever the 3' end is there, from that new strand synthesis will be formed. So first consider this strand. This strand is called as a leading strand. Now in this leading strand, this is a 3 prime end, so 5 prime end will be start to form a new DNA from here, and it will goes on continuing. Helicase will go on opening these hydrogen bonds, and fork will be go on extending backside. This strand will be go on continuing, forming a new strand on it, right? So this will be a continuous process, and for doing this process various enzymes are working. Already I have said you the different enzymes and their functions. Like here DNA polymerase, first enzyme, 3 enzyme is there which will go on adding the nucleotides. DNA polymerase first is there, it will go on examining, reviewing. Once the DNA is formed, new DNA is formed, then complementary nitrogen base pairs are added or not. It is matching or not. Is it correct or not? This inspection is done by DNA polymerase 2. DNA polymerase 1, they are working with the primer, removing that primer and adding nucleotide. This all the DNA polymerase first, second and third playing all their roles. Helicase I already said, topoisomerase is there, and one ligase enzyme is there. That also I will say when I will explain this strand. But you just remember here that DNA polymerase 3 extending the strand onwards and playing very important role. So new strand will be formed with the help of DNA polymerase 3, and DNA polymerase 2 taking around and inspecting. Either the DNA polymerase 3 has done the correct work or not, or any correction is needed, mismatching is there. This will be done by the DNA polymerase 2. So this is of the leading strand. Now go to the next strand, that is the lagging strand. Now in the lagging strand, just pay attention here. Suppose this topoisomerase and helicase enzymes are here, means up to this only DNA is get unwound. You know that this old strand is there, its 5 prime end is here, means up to this if a DNA is unwound, means its 3 prime end will be here, right? And a new DNA strand will be synthesized in 5 prime to 3 prime end. So the primer will be added over here, and this much fragment is there of the old DNA. On that new strand will be synthesized, right? So this stretch of new DNA is synthesized. Till then again backward the DNA is opened. Now this much stretch of this strand is left to adding or forming a new DNA. Here this is a 5 prime end, this is a 3 prime end. Again the primer will be added over here, and a new strand of the DNA will be started in this direction, downward direction. So this second fragment is formed. This is the first one. Again the DNA is unwound up to this. Again the primer will be added over here. Here DNA primase will be added here, RNA primer, and again from that a new strand of synthesis, a new strand synthesis will be takes place. So this lagging strand is there. This is the second strand called as a lagging strand, on which the new DNA synthesis takes place in small fragments, because the rule is that synthesis of a new strand takes place in 5 prime to 3 prime direction only. So here it takes place continuous one. So that's why this strand is also called as a continuous strand, and here it takes place in patches. First, then again back open, then second, then again back open, then third. So in this way new strand will be formed in the fragments or the patches. Discontinuously new strand is formed. That's why this strand is also known as discontinuous strand. Continuous strand or discontinuous strand, or leading strand and lagging strand. So remember these both names. Now one more thing is that here these fragments are formed. All enzymes whatever are working, same they will work over here. But now here it is continuous one, and here it is in fragment. So now these fragments need to be joined. So for joining these fragments, one more additional enzyme is working, that is DNA ligase enzyme. So it will be act as a favicol. It will run through that new strand of the DNA, and wherever these fragments are there, it will be joined to form a one continuous strand. And in this way, synthesis of or replication of the DNA takes place on the both the strands, which will be act as a template. On one it will be in fragments, and on another it will be in a continuous manner. In this way, DNA replication takes place in a replicating form. Now in this point, some of the important points which will be asked in the board exam, that name of the enzymes and their function you should definitely know. Majoritarily 3 marks question will be asked on this replicating form and the mechanism of the DNA replication. 1 mark, 2 mark question will be asked some of the enzymes and their function. 2 marks question will be asked simply on the draw diagram of a replicating fork of a DNA. So some of these points are there. You need to remember it very nicely and prepare well for the board exam. All the best.